when it comes to Halloween, even just us alone, I feel like we're so numb to it in a sense where, to be honest, I feel like most believers are not convicted in that sense yet.
No, I don't think so either.
Just another day, like
I don't
the guy
think,
said, just another
yeah,
day.
I genuinely don't think believers have been convicted enough to understand like this day is one of the days, not to say you shouldn't do this. It's more so we need to get on our knees and pray a lot.
Welcome back to the Juxtaposition. My name is Nana, and this is our third time starting this intro.
And we got it right. My name is Bernice.
And my name is Janet.
And here we are, next episode, new episode.
And I'm hungry.
Guys, we haven't done something in a long time, but I don't know if we're going to bring it back. I kind of forgot.
What?
Blessing and blunder.
Yes.
Wow.
We haven't done it in a long time.
Guys, you've been gone for like 6 months, so it's...
I like that part. Sometimes it goes long, but I do
Blessing
like
and
when we do blessing and
blunder.
blunder. Maybe we won't.
Maybe we'll bring it back next week.
We're gonna probably bring it back next week. We'll have
'Cause
things
I
to
need
say. We need to have a
remember.
little bit of
I don't
thinking.
really
But
have one.
if you enjoyed that segment, guys, let us know. I kind of liked it, so I liked it.
Yeah, blessing and blunder is fire.
Yeah.
But I
We're
guess
back.
We can say how was our day,
Our week.
Yeah.
Week. It was good.
That's it.
Someone asked me that today, and I'm like,
It's hard to think about it though.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes the week goes by so fast, so you're just like, what happened?
Well, I mean, I don't talk about. I mean, the week went fast because it was Thanksgiving on Monday, which we had our Friendsgiving, which that episode's gonna come out, and
It's already out,
then
okay, yeah.
me and my compadre went to
Oh yes, we went to Detroit.
so that was fun. But I guess my blunder, I'm gonna say, is that I got sick the day before we were supposed to leave.
damn.
It caught me. You know those times when you're in your bed and then you just feel that little tickle in your throat and you think it's nothing? Nah. It went from 0 to 100 real quick. It was the coughing. See, I'd rather have a stuffy nose than runny nose, but it turned to coughing. And then, but the one thing, guys, I don't know. I did something different this time to get well really fast. I took honey. Honey really works, guys. You don't have to be taking this, what's it called? Cough syrup. And lots of rest, vitamin C, zinc, and elderberry tea. That's what I did. And I feel much better today. I felt like it was a 1 day, attack.
Got you.
Don't let the enemy
Attack
get you.
Amen.
Facts.
You tried to.
I'm like preparing to be in a wedding and also planning a basketball tournament and also planning a mini doc. Like, it's busy. Work, busy. No, work's not that busy, but just other stuff in my life is busy. So when someone asks me like, what am I doing? It's just, it's.
Do you say I'm busy or do you explain the things that you're actually doing?
I explain.
Oh, okay. Because people be like,
I'm like,
it's
do they
just
really
busy.
care?
And well, I think it's important to explain.
It depends on who you're talking to, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate just saying I'm busy.
Like,
I feel like it's like
too
way to push people
I'm
off.
too into myself. I say, I'm gonna do that. I'm not.
I mean, it depends. If they're like, oh, so what's making you busy? That's a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Nobody ever asked that, though.
That means they're not intentionally listening.
I guess
True.
so. Fair.
But if you ever want to come to a tournament, by the time this comes out, it wouldn't be November 1st, right?
No.
You can come to the tournament, BTC Legacy Tournament. It's gonna be sick because I'm gonna be playing too.
Yeah, so
he's playing and organizing.
Yeah, I'm organizing as well.
Okay, you're playing both roles. That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, same with John and said. We went to Detroit. I actually enjoyed the city of Detroit. We didn't go to usually we've been to Detroit many times with our church because they did mission trips there, but this time we just went just for fun. Well, I went for like a meeting, an event. That was like a worship culture tour, and that was great. We were in Southfield, Detroit, which was really nice. It's like kind of up suburban.
It was giving us Brampton.
It's giving Brampton.
Somewhere where I would live.
Yeah, it's really nice. And
yeah,
the church was really nice that we went to too. So it was fun. We stayed in a hotel. I would encourage, if you got the money, to just book yourself a hotel.
Hotel's better than Airbnb?
Yes.
The bed was fire.
And just taking time to just relax. Airbnb. Like, it's not even about just, doing something in the city or wherever you're going. Even if you're in Toronto, just book a hotel and just relax.
I
That's
rather
true.
Airbnb.
Detach from the stuff that's happening in life and just go.
No,
You
I'm
rather
trolling.
Airbnb,
No, I'm trolling. I rather
Because-
Airbnb in certain places.
but by yourself?
by myself.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like by yourself.
Like if you're
Airbnb
doing like a solo.
is huge.
Oh yeah. No, hotel's fire stuff.
Hotel, like just to decompress.
You watch a nice movie.
Yeah, the TV, like
buy some
you can
food.
use room
I might
service.
do that for my birthday still.
Use the pool, the gym,
Yeah.
Right?
go to the spa.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
all in one.
I wish I had more time in Detroit. We spent only a day, I would say combined a day, but I would have done the whole weekend. I know many
would've
people
too.
think Detroit is just like what's in Detroit, but
Wait,
Yeah, I
that's
think it's
exactly what
ghetto
my
and all that stuff.
my coworker says. There's nothing in Detroit. They think like it's run down because of like all the things, but
way
different
better.
areas. Southfield
Yeah.
is really nice, actually.
Yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed it. So
I recommend going.
yeah.
But yeah,
So what's on the docket today?
What's on the docket today? We are going to be talking about Halloween. Dun, dun, dun.
Halloween.
And should Christians celebrate Halloween?
Yeah,
Obviously, that's a question that goes around every single year.
Every
it
year.
comes back around every single year. Should Christians celebrate Halloween? If you're a Christian, you shouldn't be you shouldn't be celebrating Halloween, dressing up, all of this and that. So we're going to talk about not just if should Christians celebrate Halloween, but how do we redeem the day? Because a lot of times I've heard people just talk about what you should not do, but then on the day of, what should we do?
or the week
The week
leading
of,
to
or
it.
the month of, or the whole year of, because it's not just
Yeah.
a one-time thing. So
This time of the year is always like a bittersweet moment for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Mm.
And it brings me to my childhood days. It's like I walk in the stores and I'm like, I just remember those days where I was kind of sad. Everybody else celebrating, and then I was the only one that couldn't have a costume.
but is it because
something like that.
your parents never told you like
I was gonna
why
say
you
the
we don't or
explanation
just like,
behind
just
it.
don't it because it's the devil's day?
Yeah, that's it. It's the devil's day.
That's
and
not a
you
good
can't
explanation.
do it and stuff like that. And I was like kind of sad, growing up on Disney and watching Halloween Town and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
just the events of Halloween on media was amazing. So as a kid, it's like, damn, I can't really celebrate. And then obviously I live in the hood too, so you only have probably 5 houses.
That were
Not even 2 houses that are giving away Halloween
Oh, really?
candy, and you have to go across the street to Italian neighborhood to go get candy. So it wasn't even like popular in our neighborhood, but it was just a time where it's like, damn, I can't really celebrate. But as I get older, it's like, okay, there's a reason why I don't celebrate it. But
Yeah, I think just driving down when we were driving to Detroit, like they were doing it big.
yeah,
I'm
I
talking
know.
about like
big scarecrows.
big
Why-
8 feet.
like 8 feet
Yeah,
skeletons
Like
that are
people invest in
ghosts.
this stuff.
I was just like, you
There
guys
are
want that in the front of your like these are dead things
Graves
that you're
in
putting,
your yard.
witches. Like I was like, okay, wow, Jesus, this is serious. Like people actually take it serious.
but they don't look at it. They don't even think of stuff like that. Or maybe
No.
I'm naive. But some people, I feel like they just think it's like,
Just
this
a day.
is fun.
It's just for fun.
Yeah, it's
This
a
is
part to be
fun.
creative, to be decorative, to
Yeah.
buy these things. Some
Mm.
people make it as like I feel like a contest, in
Yes.
the neighborhood or who has the best like scariest
And it's
house.
the
Yeah,
same they
something
do
like
with
that.
Easter and
Exactly.
Christmas
So it's
and
all like
it's part of the allure.
yeah.
Well, they
of
make it seem like
holidays.
it's just
It's
a
an
regular.
event.
It's just
Mhm.
it's just a day, just to have
Yeah.
fun and to experience and to use your creative skills to show like
Mhm.
how creative you can be to show that you can
How
turn yourself
scary you
into a
can
dead
be.
person, basically. No, seriously, some people like they take it very seriously where they change their whole face and they.
Yeah.
I used to watch this thing on YouTube. This lady, she used to like literally change her whole like being like just putting
With
like
makeup.
eyes and blood and all that stuff that makes her look not human at all.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So we're gonna keep going and talk about what does the Bible talk about when it comes to Halloween and the. Obviously, Halloween, the word is not in there, but the traditions of Halloween are found in the Bible, and the Lord tells us what.
That's a fact. Because like in Halloween Town,
Mhm.
in the movie, they'll like when they go seeking something, they'll go to like a tarot card reader.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
They will go to the person that's possessed to go seek advice.
Yes.
All in the the spirit of fun.
Yeah.
They'll do this, and then we're seeing this as kids, like, this is just funny. But the practices they're doing within these movies, like, these are grown people in the rooms, writing rooms, figuring out how can we make this movie come alive, and they're tapping into something that we don't really think of.
Yeah.
It's like they're tapping into different practices, and they're just making it glittery and putting it as a kid stuff and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's what Satan wants to do, right? He makes everything look very shiny and bright, and
Yes.
and make it look less scary.
That's true.
I find that it's like
more
That's
appealing.
a good
less.
point.
It's less scary.
Less scary, yeah.
Because back in the day, like, oh my gosh, sorry. Back in the day, it was not like, it was scary.
Yeah.
I would say it was more scary than it is now. Now it's more
Really?
yeah.
No, there's always
No.
a side scary and not scary.
Really?
Every generation.
No, okay.
It's scary
no,
and not
but
scary.
like when we were growing up, the Chuckies and the what's it called? Those guys.
But it's still here today.
No, but now it's not. It's like it's just like, okay, that's another mask. Back in the day when they first, it was like, what is that? But people like now, it's like kids are like, oh, that's so funny. We were terrified. I was terrified. I was like, why do we have somebody scream? The
Oh my
person with the
gosh,
mask.
I know.
And you have the thing.
With the blood
like,
coming down from the mask.
Can you imagine? Terrified.
Oh my gosh.
Terrified. And I'm thinking about one kid that I was helping at homework program, talking about, she was so excited about dressing up as Chucky.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited. I'm getting the mask tomorrow. I mean, for
Telling
Halloween.
you.
I'm
You're
so
like,
excited.
what?
I was in my mind, I was
Serious.
like, to put on this thing that kills people, like hunts people down, is as a kid, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do that. That alone is making me like, it actually is scary beyond just, they're gonna be like, oh, they're so cute, like that's fine. No.
Yeah.
The fact that a kid doesn't know the spirit behind that thing that they're putting on themselves is actually terrifying.
I know. A lot of the times I think it's just very hard, especially with kids, because of when they're going to school and environments where, Christians are in, they're going to school, they're going to work, they're going to different environments where there's different people that they're going to meet. And the main thing for a child is really to find belonging in a community and in a classroom, right? So I think it's hard for them to feel, they don't want to feel left out. And it's, of course, the parents' job to explain these things for specifically Christian kids who are going out and how to navigate this area. Because as kids, you don't know. You just want to, your friend tells you they're going to a Halloween party. They invite you. Like, what do you do, right? So I think for me, at least, one thing that I was discussing that came upon, just funny enough, you think that all Christians know that Halloween is not,
you should not
you
celebrate
shouldn't celebrate it. Maybe
it,
you shouldn't participate in it. But I was just talking to like one of the parents, and they were like, "Oh, I'm so excited for Halloween," and like,
At church.
and so excited for Halloween, and like, I want to get my kid to dress up and like put on the costume, and I'm like so excited to go trick or treating and walk with my kids to different doors. And I think like the people who were just in the room, including myself, I was just like. I was like, you would think that most parents would know, okay, no, this is not it. But not a lot of parents have the actual knowledge behind
Christian
it.
Parents,
Christian parents don't, maybe they just don't see it, or they're not convicted. That's the main thing, not convicted of this holiday and what is behind it. And so their kids have no knowledge. They just think it's all fun and games. So I think that's a hard thing with kids majorly. Like people who are having kids nowadays, like it's just the fun aspect of it, the dressing up, the being creative. Oh, I want them to be this, or I want them to be that, or like just the pictures stuff. Like that's just super difficult. So I don't know what in.
No, before you ask the question,
go ahead.
Let's play this video that talks about he's a former satanic like leader, and he's talking about the impact of putting Halloween decorations on your house and how we may take it lightly. So we're gonna play it. And
the truth about Halloween. Halloween is the highest day on the satanic calendar. It is the most probably important day on the satanic calendar. It's considered a high day. It is also the night of the year where there is the most human sacrifice on the whole planet. So if we look at it in let's call it the popular culture aspect first. So many people think Halloween is about candy and it's about dress up, but they don't question the meaning behind it. So let's say, for instance, in a neighborhood or an area, there's homes that celebrate Halloween, where they put up the decorations and they do the pumpkins and they do the candles and the candy, those things, right? And it's fun. Let's say in a neighborhood, there is houses that do that. So that whole perimeter becomes one big satanic ritual for that whole neighborhood.
Wait. So you're telling me, because I've got them already up, it's September, there's skeletons, there's creepy stuff in our neighborhood already. So you're saying my neighborhood right now is cooked? Like, what are you saying there?
So I'm saying that in a neighborhood or a area perimeter where there is a few homes, that is already a set up as in terms of a hotspot for demonic activity. And anybody, whether they're Christian or non-Christian, that have open doors, that moves or lives in a neighborhood like that will be affected. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so what do we do as Christians?
So, firstly, we make sure that we are in righteous standing with God, that we do not have any hidden sin or open doors in our life, that we are in a righteous covenant with Him. So, if we can get there, that is a very good place to start. And then it is about praying, like being in serious prayer, that people who celebrate Halloween, whether they're being a Satanist or an atheist or someone having fun, that whilst they're doing that they will actually have a true encounter with Christ.
Okay, yeah. That's crazy. Yo, I went to my friend's house in Kingston, and right across the street, the whole yard was filled with
Graves.
Halloween stuff.
Mm.
I'm like, damn, like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Too much. But once again, I don't want to go in circles. But once again, just some people just don't know, unfortunately, what they're getting themselves into.
Mhm.
And that's why we have to continue to express. And sometimes it may be hard, but you may live in a neighborhood where all this stuff is going rapid.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to be that person to speak out
Yeah.
and maybe test them and to be like, hey, why do you do this? Or hey, what's your reasoning behind that, or stuff like that.
Mhm.
But listening to that video, it's just sometimes I forget that just because something is like, I don't know how to explain it. Something is there, I forget that the demonic things are happening in the spiritual realm that we
Mhm.
just don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep playing with it, you end up playing with fire.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I think when it comes to like Halloween, even just us alone, I feel like we're so numb to it in a
Mhm.
sense where, s- to be honest, I feel like most believers are not convicted in that
No.
sense
No,
yet.
I don't think so either.
It's
I
just
don't.
another day.
I
Like the
don't
guy
think.
said, just another
Yeah,
day.
I genuinely don't think believers have been convicted enough to understand like this day is one of the days, not to say you shouldn't do this. It's more so we need to get on our knees and pray a lot, and not just say, okay, why are Christians, like, why are certain Christians not convicted or whatever it is? Because at the end of the day, you can tell people don't do this, don't do that, but then how do you fill that place in when that hole is now open, right?
Mhm.
Like, the reality is Satan has, that is considered his day, but
Yeah.
he's running rampant regardless. He's already building it up from the moment that, from the beginning of the year,
Mhm.
right? This day is always gonna come. Every year is gonna come.
Do you think it's a North American thing? Do you think the whole world is like in
I
Ghana
mean,
and Nigeria, they're celebrating
but
this
they
stuff?
no, but they
and-
celebrate. They have like deities and stuff like that they celebrate on
That's true.
festivals that basically are replicating the same thing.
Mhm.
But they do
It's
it
true.
differently. But it's literally
Mm.
not called Halloween. But I know in Nigeria
Yeah.
they have certain deities that they worship, and they have these festivals
Yeah.
that people are coming in and
Mhm.
offering sacrifices to.
Mm.
like they're
And it's like a dark holiday.
yeah, like it's
holiday or event.
You see the thing, sometimes we think we're not in the Old Testament, we're not living in the Old Testament, but
Mm.
this world is still operating like burning,
yeah,
killing
Oh, for
animals,
sure.
sacrificing it,
sacrificing
having
their
all these
kids,
different gods,
sacrificing
their
people,
kid. Like
babies,
just go on the
sacrificing
news,
humans.
go on Google, and just write in someone sacrificing the kid. You will see a story.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
in the
there's
past
people
5
there.
years.
And it's just like the thing is that for me it's now, before I used to be like, oh, why are people celebrating Halloween? It's just like that's not a good day, like nobody should be dressing up and you shouldn't allow your kids to dress up. Even
Mhm.
I can even go back and say there's a point where I'm like, if they dress up as angels, they're okay. Like if you dress up as like a doctor,
See, I was gonna ask
it's
that. Like, what
okay.
happens if you want
If
to
you
dress up
dress
as a
up-
coach or something like that?
But
Well-
why are we dressing up as that on this day? Why,
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not,
Nah, I hear you.
because imagine you're doing theater, you're gonna have to dress up and become
Yeah,
that
yeah.
person. But is it why it has to be on this specific day that you're just like, okay, I'll allow my kids to dress up? Why don't you just dress them up every day on like a doctor?
So in that same saying,
Mm-hmm.
I feel convicted now
Mm-hmm.
because so the first year at work, I didn't dress up. They were dressed up as like Snoop, what's it called?
Snoop Dogg.
Scooby.
Scooby.
Scooby. Scooby. Scoop Dog. Scooby and like the characters or whatever like that. And I played no parts in it. Tell me how, like, okay, so this year they're dressing up as the, oh my gosh, what are they called?
Oh,
again?
the emotional the what's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Dang it. My memory is being bad. Has
Oh,
been
from
really
the
bad.
movie, the Emotions movie.
Yes. What is it
I
called?
don't know.
Well,
Yes.
that motion.
That's so bad. Anyways,
think no.
I'm gonna
Okay,
figure
no.
it out.
You'll
Go,
figure it
yeah,
out.
keep going.
But yeah, so they ordered t-shirts and stuff, and like I was kind of like not participating, and I think I already put my stance in saying, okay, from last year they knew I didn't dress up, so they're like, oh, are you participating? One of the girls like, are you participating? And then I was like, you know what? I changed my mind. I was like, okay, I'm gonna participate because one of the characters, like, I'd rather be anything light. Like, there's depressed, there's anxiety, there's
Sadness.
and
Worry.
like I was like worry. Yeah, I was like, okay, let me just at least be joy. So this is where I find like the fine line between like celebrating and like
being a light in
being
the
a
space.
light
Yeah.
in the space, but also like choosing where like the character I'm gonna be. Like, because the way I convinced my mind was like, okay, if it's joy, like I want to be anything that promotes light, like not a t-shirt that promotes darkness. So I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? I'm bringing to you this now. Like,
Okay,
what do you think?
I'm gonna say this verse and then we can talk about it. It says, so whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. I think our mindset has to be, does this bring glory to God? If that is the focus, then you wouldn't be out of alignment with whatever you do. So
Yeah.
if you're like, okay, you just have to ask yourself this question. If I dress up today as this particular whatever it is, does it glorify God? And if your answer is, and obviously pray about it, but if in your spirit you're like, okay, it does, say it does, then you go ahead and you do it. I don't think God will lead you astray if you're being honest and intentional about, hey, God, I want to make sure that my conduct, the way that I live, the way that I act and speak, and even just my behavior towards people and in my environment of work, it reflects you.
It glorifies you. At the end
Then
of the
you
day.
can go ahead and do it. But if you're in your spirit like, it goes against the word, I'm not gonna do it.
What do you think?
I
Noah?
don't want to turn to. It's not a debate, but
It's
I
not.
don't-
I mean,
No,
you
go.
No,
I
no,
want to
I'm
hear
saying-
your thoughts.
maybe it is a debate.
Why do we have to dress up to, or be a part of the cool kids to get our point across?
That's what I'm saying. You're basically agreeing with me.
No. Because you're saying if it glorifies God, then you should do it. So basically saying if whatever you're dressing up as, like, glorifies God, you should do
just
it.
the context of like, okay,
Your intention.
yeah, like if you're like, why are we dressing up? Like, why do you feel you need to dress up? In this, for example, joy, why do you need to? It's because of peer pressure. You just don't want to feel like you don't want to be like the person that's just like, oh, she's always the one that says no, she doesn't.
And you're
do
not
anything.
wrong. I'm
That's
not saying you're not
that's what I'm
wrong.
saying. If she does it bring glory to God? Because then she has to go into her heart and say, God, why am I doing this? If it's for to people please, so that people don't feel like I'm always the person who says no, then you're not glorifying God.
So we're basically saying the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
if you do it and you're like, okay, this is because I know that if I do this, it's gonna be a step for people to come to know you,
Yeah.
then your heart is in the right place. But if you're in your heart that I'm only doing this because I don't want nobody asking me questions, Janet, why didn't you dress up? Then you're gonna have to basically stand up for why you didn't do certain things.
Yeah.
But are you ready to say that? Are you ready to say, well, it's not in my, I don't believe that, or it's not even about belief, but you have to basically prove your case as to why you don't do what you do, right? So
Hey TJP fam, if you've been blessed by this video, you've been blessed by our podcast, hit that subscribe button, yo, and put on your notifications for every time we drop a video. We're so excited what this season will hold, and yeah,
we love it here.
Yes.
We hope that you love it here too. Enjoy the rest of the episode. We love you guys. Bye.
I think to be honest, like as we're being real and honest, that's our part of our podcast. Like sometimes I do struggle with that, especially at work, because it just, I don't know. I do people please. I say I don't, but like there's certain areas that are hard for me to not conform to the way people are aligned to it. Sometimes I think like, I don't know, like if you were working in a different environment and you were not working in church, do you think you would be convicted to follow along with them, or do you think you would stand your ground?
See, I was gonna say it's not easy because I do work in ministry and you work in a secular place. But I was working in a secular place and I just I'm not doing it.
But did you give a reason why, or did people?
I think
actually,
not to everyone. Maybe like one or two people.
Yeah, did people ask you like, why don't you?
I'm a Christian. Like I don't do that. Like one or two people. I'm not gonna lie and say everyone. But it's just as simple as that. And then they
just left it.
They left it as that.
Okay.
Right. So now when we have a situation where, and I remember that year when we had fall carnival, where they call it, what do they call it now? Fall fair. When I was asking for them to donate candy. Now it's like, okay, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm doing a fall fair for at church. We do this so the kids don't have to go outside and celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
Now the conversation gets a little bit deeper on how we can combat Halloween and turn it into a good thing.
Okay.
Per se.
Okay. So
I know where you're going.
Because you talked about the kids coming into for the fall carnival, but there's kids that are dressed up.
Hey, a win. That's a win.
No, wait.
No,
I know.
it's a win.
No. I know.
This is how it gets a little spicy.
And this is
No, it's a win.
It's not. I'm not even doing judgment. I'm saying this is where, as Christians, we can't be the ones that are like, well, you're dressing up, so you can't come into this place. You have to be exactly.
And
how
we have seen them older ladies say some stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think because if we do that, then we're not showing grace. We're not showing love. We're not showing we're not giving the opportunity for God to move in that place, because
to change hearts.
You have to change hearts because you can't ask people to just automatically change their ways so that they can come into the church. That's not how the church is supposed to be.
Verse? It says to come.
Well, I don't think it says that in the Bible. Does it? But I think like that's when we're doing the fall fair, this is an opportunity for people to get to know people within the church, to get to grow in community and get connected. So I think that's one way that we can combat the day of, because at the end of the day, the Bible says this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Every single day is the day the Lord has made. So regardless of if it's the satanic day, the most high, what did that person say?
Basically saying the most highest day
for satanic activity or whatever, right?
And
it's like, yes, sure. It's not Satan's day. Don't get me wrong. It's not Satan's day, but it's his opportunity to do great, like bad things.
For his minions to come
and do crazy stuff.
Foolishness and stuff.
But it's
like
also the day that the Lord can redeem and has redeemed, because
and it's a day for people to come to Christ. Like we said, the fall carnival is like a perfect example for people in the community to come, bring their kids, and then the pastors talk to them, or people from the community or the church community talk to certain people. So it's like stuff like that. And you can't judge kids coming into, it's a win. They're there. That's all listen, that's a first step. Good first step.
It is.
Now we weed, we plant seeds and stuff like that. But stand firm, okay? We have to stand firm. Janet, you have to stand firm.
No, sorry,
1 Corinthians,
7:14, I think is.
You talking about me?
No.
First Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 says, be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. Okay. So we hear that verse all the time, but it's don't fall on your pivot. Don't travel. Okay. When you're playing basketball and and you slip that foot, you travel. Tweet. There's a call. You lost the ball. It's over. Don't do that. Okay, you don't want to lose the ball when it comes to our walk.
I know,
with
and
God.
I every day I just think about it. And to that point, I'm probably just be like, you know what? I will give you the money for the shirt. But I am,
what if
No, we don't
what
have to
if-
give money.
no,
I'm joking.
because
but I
it
was-
was a
yeah.
collective
No, I'm
costume,
joking, I'm joking.
and so I'm like, I'm not
I'm
gonna
joking, I'm
not
joking.
pay
I'm
for
joking.
it.
Yeah.
I just, yeah. I'm on both sides. Sorry, maybe I'm taking time, but
It's okay.
I'm on both sides where it's like I can use this shirt moment
Mm.
as a teaching, but on the other side, you can also use the other side
I
as
think-
a moment of teaching.
but I think I think
but yeah.
You
you're
believe?
yes, thank you. I believe that your conduct is what will display what you want to to be translated. I don't
Mhm.
think you doing something is going to emphasize your point. Like you dressing, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying I don't think I don't believe you need to to partake in what they're doing, because Jesus never partaked in anything. He did join them in eating dinner and stuff like that, but he never actually like transformed himself to become something or to immerse himself in something. I believe like your conduct itself, the people already know that Janet's different just by the way you are in the workplace.
Yeah.
So you saying no and saying I don't really partake in but I would love to, maybe you say I'll bring something for you guys, or something else that will show that you still are a part of the group and you want to be connected, but just
But
to
you're set apart.
Yes, you are set apart. That
Yes.
there's something different about you with you and your actions. You get what I'm saying?
And like Bernie said, like Jesus hung around, you name it.
Yeah, like he didn't. He
All
was
these
always he was
people,
around people, but he never
but he was-
changed himself
yes.
to be able to kind of like blend in. He always was the one to stand out. So, and I think as believers during this time of Halloween and even just Christmas too, because we can get into the idolatry,
another holiday.
Easter, and all of that. Like all of it becomes
Yeah.
idolizing and idolatry. So
But you know what? Halloween is harder because the Catholics, growing up, the Catholics said, "Oh my gosh, how did I forget this point?"
Yeah, it's
The
All Saints
Catholics
Day.
told us it's our day.
what do you mean RD?
No,
It's-
no, for real. They in
So,
terms of
it's
Oh,
called
like it was previously.
it's linked to
Yes.
Christianity through, it's called All Hallows Eve, or evening before All Saints Day, November 1st, and All Souls Day,
okay.
November 2nd. So these are 3 days known as All Hallows Tide, as a period to honor saints and pray for the dead.
boom.
What-
Okay,
what-
hold
what-
on.
time out. That
the-
already had
But
demonic starts.
the modern holiday has evolved from both pagan traditions like Celtic Summerand Festival and Christian observances.
No, I say this to say this. Like as a kid, this is where the confusion happens.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because
This is where they
Christian
the
and
window
Catholic
of like,
were tied together, and it's like, oh shoot, it's good.
But it
You're
was
at
never
school,
good.
You're telling me
I
it's
know,
good.
but
I know. I'm
but
just
you're
saying. I
trying to
know.
how
I
they
know,
portrayed
I know.
it.
turn it into
I know,
something
I
that
know.
is
Yeah.
good.
I'm just saying
So
it was never
that's
good.
where the kids kind of get it messed up. Where it's
Which
like,
is that's the
'cause
whole
we don't
point,
have Christian
right?
schools
You're
in
never
our
gonna tell
neighborhood
people
like
the
that.
truth,
It's
right?
Catholic and public. So what are we're going, what these teachers and these priests are telling us. So now we're entering to, it's like, oh no, this is fine. So now when you get older, you kind of have to change your mind into, or now understanding the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, you know, it's
And
it's bad.
that's where it starts. Is more so like everybody should do their work and understand what is the
The meaning behind it.
meaning or even the beginnings of where this started from before even just saying don't do it.
And that's
Because
why
many people don't.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm just saying that's why many people are just like just don't do it. But it's just like, okay,
What do we
why?
do instead then?
Yeah, why? What is
Yeah.
it about this day that's so terrible? Other than the spiritual aspect.
So I
Yeah.
guess what can we do? We could say, what are the things that you maybe currently can do at work? Like, I don't know.
Oh, like just generally for the day, or just
Yeah.
for
Or
the
maybe
week?
tips and tricks
I-
for people who are struggling with like maybe the workplace or in their school, or like, their
Mhm.
understanding of how can we encourage people who are
Can I just
struggling
add
with
this
that?
one point?
Yeah.
I just feel like Halloween has to be taken, not, I want to say more serious, but you have to keep your eye on Halloween because
Mm.
Christmas is easier and Easter is easier because we know like
I would say I actually would not. I would not say it's easy. I think that's probably where the worst, in terms of like where Satan can make it like seem like it's so easy. Because okay, sorry. Before
I yeah go
I
no
was
I
just
know
gonna say Halloween is in your face. You can see it. It's
it's
right
very
there.
blatant.
Very
Yeah.
blatant. So Satan's like, I don't
Okay.
really need to do too much work with this because people already know it's like it's my day.
Yeah,
Christmas,
it's
The hidden
mixed.
secrets.
it's so subtle
The nuances.
that there's little things that you're doing that has nothing to do with the
eggs
Bible.
and the chocolate.
Nothing to
the
do with
bunny
God.
coming
Nothing to
out.
do with the whole point of what we're doing. People forget so much about why we're doing Christmas or Easter. They just focus so much on we need to do the gifts. We need to do this. We need to do that. They spend so much money
Yeah,
on certain things that they
that's
don't
very
need to worry about. But that's how Satan works. He's just like,
Mhm.
okay, well, it's considered God's day. So this is my best time to come in and sweep in and make you look like a fool, spending all the money in the world. And then you end up in debt. And then you're crying out to God. It's like, hey, God, so this debt that I have, he got you. That's what I'm saying. So
It is yeah
but
yeah I clocked that too.
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you. Clock it. Clock it.
But I feel like, I don't know, this is like going out, but we'll come back to it. I think as we're trying to say in all of these holidays,
Mhm.
how can we redeem it and make
Mhm.
it for the Lord?
Mm.
What does he say in the Bible, in the word about these things? Like when you're saying about gifts, I think people tie it to, of course, like the giving of the gifts is like, I forgot what it's tied to again, but like it's an important to give or to give back to people in that
Being-
sense.
yeah
But I think it's important to, find where in the word it says about giving, and then do it. What's it called? What's the verse? Steward it well, right? Steward the that challenge well. Like if you're giving, you want to give, but you can also give at any other point.
doesn't have to be Christmas.
It doesn't have to be Christmas, but maybe giving
That's
back
true.
to people who are really less fortunate and don't really need all these things. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I just think whatever we're doing, it just has to go back to being holy and making sure that everything that we're doing is glorifying God. I think, I believe once you have that in your mindset, how does this glorify God? You can't be out of alignment. Like it's impossible to be out of alignment if you know that if this brings glory to God, if this is in the word, I'm going in this direction. And you just have to be honest. Don't be saying, yeah, I know this is glorifying God, but deep down inside, like it's for people pleasing, or deep down inside, you just said it's just, just a ambition.
I think it's hard
So
to not be honest with yourself, but I think the best way to do it is like go back into prayer and be like, if this thing is like maybe itching you, or maybe you feel a little bit like, I don't know if this is right or not, like go and pray and go find the word where like there's some context around it that support what you're feeling or the decision you're about to make, and then it'll help be more clear, because sometimes some people don't find conviction over certain things, right? Like
Not
right
yet, not
away
yet,
or
yeah.
something like that. Like some people don't feel convicted about being dressing up or handing out candy or stuff like that. Just think it's fun. But it's like when you go into prayer and your heart changes and you're like, Lord, what is my heart really saying about this holiday or what I'm about to do? Then you can, find more peace about the decision you're about to make. So, I mean, thank you guys for.
Yeah, I think it's
outing me.
important to be intentional with everything, especially when you have kids. Do not let your foot off the gas pedal. It's so easy to. It's like, oh, they're with their cousins. They will learn from them, or they're with their aunts and uncles. They will learn with them. But it's like that one Saturday that kid is doing something could impact their whole life. So any holiday, teach, lead by example, so on and so forth, because yeah, I just see it so often times, like especially being a parent. I'm not a parent, but especially being a parent, it's so easy to forget certain things that are happening in this world and just thinking like I'm gonna pray about it and God's just gonna transform their heart and whatever is gonna happen. No, we actually have to like teach. Get out your own way. Stop working all these hours.
I mean, you gotta do what you
You,
gotta
you
do.
know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do.
You
You gotta do what you got. We still gotta teach though. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta work, but you also
But
have
we
to
still
set,
gotta
you have to set
teach.
aside time. 'Cause
Yes.
you can't blame it on, oh well, I work all these hours. But it's like when you have that time to teach, like that's an important part of your ministry, your kids, right? And
The first
leading them into Christ. You
ministry,
accepted that call, right?
I'm trying to weave with you. Sorry.
Sorry.
Your first ministry is
I'm
your
like-
home.
Cut them off.
If the home base is not right, nothing is.
Mhm.
Listen, that's the first, and everything else flows from it. You do things at church, everything, but the first ministry, everybody's a minister to someone in their life, which is your home, the first base. I'm not yelling because I'm mad. I'm just yelling because I'm passionate. That's it.
Did you have anything else to say?
Sorry,
No.
I just kept messing you up, yo.
No, it's fine.
No,
I
no,
just
no, it's
think
not fine.
I think it's just important to have these practical things that you can do right away, because those are the things that are the hardest. At least for me, speaking from like working in a place that is quite secular, and like people who are going into careers, like I'm just talking about the career focus. Like everyone has so many ideas and opinions that you can kind of get just swept into
Mm-hmm.
the gist of things, right? So I think just at least for me, like standing your ground, but also as she said, like praying and say and talking to someone who maybe is just wise and has more knowledge about the topic. I was saying like, hey, like, I'm struggling with just like this area, or like, what do you think? Because some people just keep quiet, or they just, I don't know, they
Go with the
roll into
flow.
things, and then you're just
Go
like,
with the flow.
what? I didn't even
Mhm.
know, like I'm starting to dress up and do all these things that I never thought I was gonna do. So that's important. And then school, like um parents, going back to what Nana said, like parents teach the kids.
Well, it
Teach.
starts with read your Bible.
Yes.
The more you read, the more you know. I think a lot of it is just we don't know. We're just assuming that, okay, this is fine. But
Yeah.
the more you keep reading, the Holy Spirit will convict those things out of you. Because some people just, they don't know because
And they don't
didn't
have
read it.
specific scripture. They'd be like, oh, but where is it in the
Yeah,
Bible?
and I
Because a
just
lot of
think
people will say that,
a
right?
lot of it just
So,
comes down to, as believers, we just need to read our Bible. Read
Yeah.
your Bible. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's literally the basic thing to do, because if you don't know what God is saying, then how can you go out and tell people what not to do?
mhm.
You yourself don't even know what not to do.
Yeah, and
You know?
he's
So
called us to be a light in the darkness, and this is one of the darkest holidays. So you gotta let your light shine. So how can you let your light shine? By being an example
mhm.
to others
Yeah.
about,
Let your
this
sun
is
glow.
why I'm standing for this. Be the set apart one, apart
Mhm.
from the group. Don't feel like FOMO, because it's easy to get into that. So we encourage you guys to stand out and be different. Be different. I'm different. Be different.
Yeah. Well, that is
Anyways.
all. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I hope this is a conversation that you have with your friends, family members, and don't be out there telling people who are dressing up as believers. Don't be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that."
Don't
No.
shake the finger.
No, pray for them. Seriously, don't actually pray for them.
But also,
and ask
you
the
can
Holy
have
Spirit.
conversations.
Ask the Holy Spirit to
Yeah.
help them and to
Mhm.
open their eyes to see as to why these certain things are not supposed to be practiced.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the
Yeah.
episode, and you know what you need to do. Go subscribe, like, comment, share. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads.